Hello. Thank you for listening to and watching You at Options. This episode, I have Adam Fletcher from the very good band The Copyrights. The Copyrights have a new EP out on Fat Records called New Ghosts. It's a great EP. We talk about the... it's a little different sounding than older copyright stuff, in a good way. It feels like a natural progression. We talk about that. We talk about the instrumentation that they were able to use on this EP. Yeah, we got to use some bells that the Beach Boys used on Pet Sounds. Great talk. Yeah, we talk about Adam enjoys the history of music and the tapestry that is music and how it's all connected, which I'm also a fan of. So it's fun to talk to him about his touring of the Punk Rock Museum in Las Vegas. We also talk about some other punk rock artifacts. He also drops a bombshell that he has bought a church that he is turning into a venue up in Carbondale, Illinois. Very stoked on that. It's going to be cool. Yeah, just a great talk. Go check out the new EP, New Ghosts, on Fat Records. Also, the Copyrights are playing this weekend, 11/8. They're at Hangar 9 in Carbondale, Illinois. 11/9, they're at the Space in Champaign, Illinois. Then 11/10, they're playing with the Queers and the Dickies at the Melody Inn in Indianapolis. That should be a fucking ripper. Yeah, if you're in any of those areas, go fucking check them out. Yeah, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy. Adam, hello. Thank you for joining me. How are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm doing good this morning.
That's good, man. How's Copyrights been doing a bunch of stuff lately? You guys just played Fest, right?
We did. We played Fest. Yeah. It's Fest. It's always good.
Fest is Fest. Yeah.
Have you been to Fest?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
All right. Yeah, this was our 16th Fest.
16th Fest. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of fests.
We
didn't play last year. We took a year off. We played 15 in a row.
Damn. Does Tony give you like a key or some sort of award when you hit 15?
Yeah, we've got a couple cakes. We got like a 10. We got a cake at 10, and then we got maybe something else at, I don't remember. We got some celebrations. But,
sure.
Yeah,
Nice.
we took a year off last year and came back this year, and it was great.
Hell yeah.
Good. Yeah. So.
How is the reception to New Ghosts, the new EP, been?
I'm gonna guess good. No one's told me it sucks, so okay. I don't know if they would tell me.
Well,
if they thought it
buckle
was bad.
up, Adam. No, I'm
so I mean, honestly, like I haven't seen like reviews for it anywhere.
Yeah.
I don't know if people even do that shit anymore.
Yeah, it's a weird landscape now for putting out music.
Yeah, and previous records and stuff, there was a lot more just like kind of like reviews of that kind of press.
Yeah.
And now it's like I don't even know where to look for a review of our record. Like I don't know. Not that I give a shit either, because
sure.
I absolutely loathe reviews. But But so far, like just people that are friends of our band and fans of our band have told us they like it a lot.
Yeah.
And that's cool because some of the songs are a bit of a departure for us.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up. Yeah,
Were you? All right.
There's a lot of like, it's like to me it's bigger, if that make or like more like cinematic almost some stuff
Okay.
the like the last song
Yeah, the
it's like
last
a
song.
crescendo up to the last
Yes.
song, you know.
Yeah. 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 The last song is different. Yeah. I mean, there's like some kind of jammier kind of stuff going on in there with
Yeah, but
some of the.
not like weird like, oh, this is a fish like
Yeah,
15-minute
it's not
jam.
that kind of jam. It's more like I would say that there's probably more of like a krautrock type of influence on some of
Mm.
this, where we just play one note and a simple beat for a long
Yeah.
time, kind of like a tribal thing, as
Yeah.
opposed to it being like some sort of like guitar solo or somebody
Yeah.
taking the spotlight, you know?
Yeah, and there's more like instrumentation stuff. Like there's like we're using like a real like cello or whatever for like the don't ding don't, you know, I forgot what song.
No, that is a
What is that?
that's just an arpeggio keyboard.
Okay.
There might be a guitar in there, but I'm pretty sure that that's just the keyboard
There's a
playing an
little like
arpeggio.
glockenspiel stuff and
Oh
some
yeah,
like
we used a
bongo
lot of
stuff.
instruments. The way this record came about was I worked at a vintage guitar store for a very long time,
Mm-hmm.
and through that world, I met someone named Rick King, who owns a guitar shop in Tacoma, Washington, called Guitar Maniacs.
Okay.
And in the vintage world, he's a pretty well known guy.
Okay.
And we were we were up there on tour once, and he was always like, "Come stay at my studio." So we did. This was years ago, and
Yeah.
we went and stayed at the studio. He's got a really cool little spot uh, in Tacoma called Uptone Recorders, and it was really cool. It's like all vintage stuff. I mean, like the board that he has is like one of the hand wired Motown boards,
Damn.
and like, you know, we used. He has all of Hal Blaine's stuff. Hal Blaine was the drummer in the Wrecking Crew,
Oh, okay.
Capitol Records. So he
Yeah.
played on like every big song you can think of.
Yeah.
The Beach Boys, the Supremes,
Sure.
whatever. And Rick had bought all this stuff from Hal Blaine in the '90s, and he still has all this stuff. So like, you know, like in that breakdown of Born to Hide, you can't really hear it, but there's like all these kind of shakers and instruments and things, and like, you know, the bells I was playing were the bells that are at the beginning of like the Beach Boys' Pet Sounds. God only knows. I mean, they're like handmade, has Hal Blaine's name on it.
Damn.
And that kind of, he has all this crazy stuff. He has all the band, the Sonics. I don't know if you're familiar with them. They're from Tacoma. They were like an early proto punk band. They're like a 50s band that was really awesome.
Yeah.
And he has all of their stuff, like the machine they recorded their record on, the bass they used on the record, like all their shit. And anyway, so I just wanted to go there, and we were flying out to play this pop punk festival in Seattle. So it was kind of a perfect time. It was like, we're going to play on Friday. We can just book some studio time on the rest of the day, like a couple days. So then we had to come up with some songs. And we did. And I think they turned out really cool.
Well, yeah.
So,
yeah. I think they're great, man.
Yeah.
Whenever you're using like those instruments, were you cognizant when you were recording, or were you just like, I just got to record this thing? Of like using like Brian Wilson's handbells.
Yeah, I mean, that was why I wanted to use it. It's like, I got to put this thing on my record, you know, I got to find a place for it, and it all fit in really well. So it was a cool experience. Usually like the way we do stuff is so remote now. Like Luke and I both have home studios. So we'll just, you know, email tracks and stuff back and forth.
Yeah.
So it was nice to get out of our element and like play in a room together live, like all
live,
of us. Yeah. And it was fun. It turned out great. I couldn't be happier. The artwork looks awesome. The record sounds cool.
Yeah. It sounds great. Yeah.
Thanks.
I mean, like you were saying, it feels like a natural progression as opposed to like a shoehorn, like trying to.
Yeah. We didn't break the mold too much.
Right. Yeah.
So we're not really that type of band. You know, we're pretty boxed into what we think it should be. Can't go too far.
Sure.
Out of the way.
Was there anything? Did anybody suggest anything that got shot down? Of like, this is too much. This is too far. Or is
No,
everybody in the same mindset of like,
no,
this is
no.
what
We
we're doing?
we were
Yeah,
all yeah, we were all good to go. I mean, we had demoed those songs before. That's the
yeah,
way we always do stuff. Is we record stuff. We go in being like, this is the song.
right.
You know, it's not. There was no like no questioning anything except for that's kind of not true. We probably spent like way too long figuring out the last like 8 notes of In There Somewhere at the very end where it's got this
Sure.
like thing. It was like, how many times do we? Yeah, that went on for way too long, but we figured it out and we got it right
Yeah,
after a while. So
yeah. It's it's being a creative person. There's no like straight line. It's like, oh, we're gonna do this and this and then this and then it's done. Sometimes it
yeah,
works like that, but
yeah,
sometimes you gotta fucking wrestle with the thing and to figure it out.
yeah, that's true. And that kind of like at least like a little bit of spontaneity is
Yeah,
sometimes makes the song better. I mean, it made the song better,
yeah,
to be able to add that little ending to it.
yeah. I did have a question. I want to talk about you doing the punk rock museum
Okay.
tours.
Yeah.
Uh, you seem like a very music centric guy, and like
Hmm.
you like the history of music. Is that fair?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So like when you're doing the tours at Punk Rock Museum, are they like, Adam, here are some talking points for you? Or are they just like, all right, Adam, just walk the people around and just talk, you know?
I sent I sent them an email about a week before my tour, just like, hey, is there like some bullet points?
Yeah.
And it's like, nah.
Just go. Yeah.
Yeah, it's supposed to be anecdotal, right? Like, so you just tell
Sure.
stories. And it was like, here's a list of, some notable artifacts. And they have way more notable artifacts than what they've supplied me with.
Yeah.
But I had been there before when it first opened a couple
Hmm.
years ago. We were out there for Punk Rock Bowling.
Yeah.
And then this was like a Red Scare Records takeover.
Right.
So we were there all weekend. And I was just posted up like at the museum like all weekend. So by the time it was time for me to do the tour, like I can tell you about every artifact in the glass case and why it's significant and why it should be there and like how it's all connect. Like I could connect the narrative from the beginning to the end of like
Oh,
the
that's cool.
museum tour. For me, that was what I wanted to do. Like I get that
Yeah.
people are paying money to like have some loosely famous punk rock person tell them
Sure.
their own stories that
Sure.
they have
Yeah.
connected to the things in the wall. But I'm more of like a legitimate tour guide of a museum. I guess. So
Yeah.
it's
We
like,
got to tell the story of the,
yeah, and like, why is this thing in this case special? Tell me
With,
why. So, that's
what were
important.
some of the like artifacts that
Oh
were
man,
like,
have you
you were
been there?
like,
Have you ever been there?
I haven't been there yet. I
Oh
haven't had a chance to get out there, but
man, I mean, there's so much stuff. I don't know. There's so much stuff, and I know there's going to be more. So I'm
yeah.
very excited about that. I mean, I don't even know where to begin. I mean, there's like just cool Ramones stuff, like Dee Dee's ring and old. I mean,
Mm.
there's just cool Misfits stuff.
Yeah.
Uh, um, some of the stuff, like the germ stuff they have, is really incredible. Like the acetates and like Darby's personal memorabilia. The
Yeah.
video that they have of the germs in Cheech and Chong
Okay.
is amazing, and that's the only place you can see it. Uh, Mike did an interview with Roger Corman and
Okay.
asked him about it, and Roger was like, "Yeah, I have this footage in a closet somewhere."
Was
And
it like an outtake or something from the
yeah,
movie?
yeah,
Okay.
they filmed it. At the end of the movie, they have a battle of the bands that Cheech and Chong is in, and they win.
Okay.
But one of the bands that played that show was the Germs, and it's like one of the earliest Germs performances, and they're amazing. It's
I didn't
so
know that.
horrible. The crowd
Yeah.
gets violent. The crowd is angry.
Yeah.
They like it's really cool, and the footage is super high transfer. It looks amazing.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's like that to me. That's really cool. You can't see that anywhere else, and it's such a cool
Yeah.
document that has been sitting in a closet for
In Roger
50
Corman's
years.
Roger Corman's coat closet. Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild. So I mean, there's just so much stuff in there. It's pretty overwhelming. You know, uh, cool minor threat stuff and stuff from every band. That's what
Yeah.
I think is actually pretty significant. Is like if you're
It's not.
if you're in a punk band, you can be in that museum.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know? Like
Yeah.
Lemmy's amp. There's like a Lemmy display. Lemmy's amp is there. You can just touch it.
That's pretty wild.
It's great. You can just touch it. Like I'm
Yeah.
turning a knob that Lemmy touched, and
Right.
pretty cool.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like you were just saying, it's cool that like they have the obviously everybody knows who, or most people know who Motorhead is, but then they have like Sincere Engineer, stuff in there too. So it's like,
yeah.
like
They have
the whole spectrum of punk
They have
rock.
copyright stuff in there.
Copyright, yeah.
Yeah, we're not on that level at all, but yeah, I really like that inclusive part of it. That Mike from the get go was like, if you're in a punk band, send me a flyer.
Yeah.
Period. Like that's cool.
Yeah, and it's not like, it's a Fat Mike thing, but it's not like it's not like a shrine to like NoFX or anything like that.
It's
or
not.
him.
I will.
It's
I
not
will
a
say
self-serving
that there's
thing.
probably more West Coast punk in there,
Sure,
than other things, because I think that's but they're getting more stuff, and that'll come. So,
yeah, they've only been open for like 2 years now, couple
yeah.
years. Yeah, so yeah, I imagine he was just like, whenever it first opened, he was like, okay, here's a bunch of stuff I have, and then my friends can give me all this stuff real quick, and we can open this thing.
Yeah. There was definitely some of that, and I
Not
know
like-
Mike has got some things in the works to expand. So.
Yeah, I want the the Raiders of the Lost Ark, like last scene of where they're pushing the guys pushing the Ark of the Covenant in the little box. I want that. I think that'll be eventually for the Punk Rock Museum.
Yeah, there's a bunch of cool artifacts. There's some stuff I'm trying to track down too. So there's
Are you a collector of stuff like that?
I am.
Yeah.
I do collect that stuff. Yeah. I do collect punk things, I guess.
What is one of your prized possessions?
I don't know. I mean, I have like some old Minor Threat flyers and stuff like that.
That's cool.
Nothing like super significant for me personally, though. Like during COVID, I really went down the rabbit hole of local music from my hometown. So I actually this is all kind of a mess back here, because just yesterday I moved my entire music archive out of this space and put it like in this other place that I have.
Okay.
And put it all like up on the shelves on a wall to like go through it all, because it's just an overwhelming amount of stuff that I've collected for a while, and I don't know what to do with it, but it's all there.
Sure. Is Carbondale your hometown?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that you're still in Carbondale?
I am. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
What is like what would be some local Carbondale musicy things that people might know?
The Blue Meanies were from here. They were a ska band, moved to Chicago. They were on a major label for a while in the 2000s. Nothing really. I mean, there's things that are like, Richard Forrester, who like played guitar in Guns N' Roses forever, like cut his teeth here with a band, Pale Divine, like bass player, the Rolling Stones, Robbie Jones or whatever his name was. I mean, there's people pass through because it's a college town. But so a lot of people would make a record, and then it's just kind of like lost make a tape or whatever,
sure.
Lost. So one thing I recently acquired, though, that I was reason why I had to move some of this stuff out, is that like one of the venues that was here for forever, it's still here. It's called the Hangar 9. One of the owners passed away a few years ago, and anyway, I ended up acquiring their boxes of cassettes that were sent to the venue to get shows. So it's like everybody's first demo tape. I found my my first demo in there.
Oh shit!
Luke and I, our old band when we were in high school, it was like it has 2 songs. It's like that's all we had.
Yeah,
in our handwritten, and that's the thing I think is really cool about it. It's like everybody wrote their phone number on it.
Yeah,
and it's like so that band, the Blue Meanies, like their first demo tape that they recorded live on a boombox, and the band before that, and Jason Ringenberg, who was a guy from here who went on to start a band called Jason and the Nashville Scorchers down in Nashville. And they
Okay.
were kind of one of the first cowpunk bands
Okay.
in the early 80s. And like his first demo tape, he's like freaking out when I show it to him, because like handwritten.
That's pretty fucking cool. Yeah.
It's cool. Those are cool artifacts that those are cool to me.
Yeah, dude. And especially it's like, hey, do you remember when you were like 16 and you made these songs? Well, here's this thing.
Exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. And it's like,
Yeah.
no.
It's like, what the fuck? Yeah, that can't see the light of day.
Yeah.
Adam's
some
about
of
to
that. It's like,
expose.
don't worry.
Adam's about to expose every
No, yeah,
Carbondale.
Yeah, I will digitize it, but I'm not gonna like put it on the internet unless they
No.
So, but yeah, there's that, and like, yeah, just kind of connecting the dots of the family tree of the music history where I'm from. I'm into that.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Yeah, I've only driven past Carbondale.
Okay, well,
like
there's
this.
Not much here.
Well, I was driving old Adam Carroll around from Good Friend whenever he came over.
He sent me a text message.
Yeah.
Okay.
We were like driving. I was like, "Oh, there's Carbondale, isn't that the copyrights?"
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh yeah, let me message Adam."
Yeah.
And we had to huff it down to Memphis. I don't think we, ma'am.
That's right. You told me you were going down to Memphis.
Yeah. Which it's cool. Music history and putting all, like you're just saying, putting all the pieces together is so cool to me, and just seeing like you don't realize who is like related or like who has touched this other band, or
yeah, a lot of that. Everyone's incestuous, and so was in this band, and then that person was in that band, and there's a lot of overlap with that. And I'm into it. It's it's became a weird passion project of mine during COVID.
Sure.
So,
well, it's cool now. It seems like more, or it seems like people who are able to gather resources like artifacts and stuff like that for the punk scene. It's now a thing, like with the Punk Rock Museum, and then like Brian from Nightbirds is doing like artifact stuff. I forgot ancient artifacts. That's right. And he'll post some cool shit. Like
his stuff is so crazy.
Yeah, he's like, oh yeah, here's this. Glenn Danzig wrote this fucking note about.
I mean, he submitted a lot of that stuff to the museum.
Yeah,
the stuff he's unearthed is absolutely bonkers. And I love Brian, and I love his passion for that, for sure.
Yeah, it's cool because you got to have.
When he started doing that, it was just records,
Yeah,
and luckily I was on the short list of emails, so I bought so many awesome records out of that collection for a long time, and not anymore, but
gosh, man, once you like move a couple times,
I'm not doing that.
It's like, fuck, man, do I need all these? Like I was telling you before we started recording, like we just recently moved, and like we did a big old book liquidation, and it's just so much shit. But I often think about like what's the line between like hoarding and like what's the line between this is going to be important someday, it's tough, man, especially like you want to preserve this thing that like this is precious to me, but
and then I just put it back on the shelf.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Gosh, man. It's all pretty meaningless, but I can't help it. I don't buy records so much anymore. I really did pretty heavily for a long time. I also I have a jukebox collection, so I got a
collection of jukeboxes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like 30 of them.
What? Physical jukeboxes?
Yeah. And me and a friend of mine got into like repairing and restoring them.
Okay.
A while ago, and then of course with jukeboxes you need records. So I have like thousands of 45s of stuff. I mean, just general stuff. Country to 90s pop to whatever. Just jukebox filler. So I have all of that stupid stuff too. It's kind of overwhelming.
How long did it take for you to get into restoring jukeboxes? Like, do you feel pretty proficient at it now?
No,
No.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's still like there's 1,000 parts
Yeah.
inside those things.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, I can fix some of them,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't call myself like a commercial repairman by any stretch of the imagination. But for the last like year, our collection has been sitting in a storage facility, and I'm hopefully about to be moving that out into. I actually just bought a church.
Oh, good
So
for you.
thanks. An old church in the
Yeah.
downtown Carbondale in the
Okay.
center of town that I am remodeling to put a music venue in.
Hell yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's a
Yeah.
beautiful space. But in the basement, I plan on putting the jukebox collection and stuff to try to get those out of my life. So,
Hell yeah, dude. That's cool. That's have you ever been to is it it's in Newport, Kentucky, the
Southgate House.
Southgate, yeah,
Yeah.
that big old church.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Yep.
fucking that's a great venue. That's a
Yeah. The old one I think was a lot cooler, but the
I've
original
only
Southgate House, which was down the road, it was the guy who invented the Tommy gun.
What?
It was his crazy mansion, and
Oh shit.
yeah, and they had a couple different venues in the space.
Yeah.
One was big and one was small, and it was an old house. Like it was crazy. Like there's like 100-year-old piano just like sitting there
That's
next to
fucking
the
cool.
stage and stuff. Like yeah, it was an amazing, really unique building.
Yeah.
And then they, what I understand, there was some family stuff.
Oh,
Somebody
sure.
bought it and tried
Yeah.
to, and then they moved to the Southgate House Revival. And
Yeah,
that's the
Revival.
church.
That's right. Yeah.
That's the church.
Yeah.
But yeah, that place is awesome.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's already built for entertainment. You know, it's got a stage and the layout is there. So right
Yeah.
now I'm right in the middle of renovating it and ripping it all apart.
God,
So
dude. That must be a big to do.
it is a little bit overwhelming, but
Yeah.
I just got to keep my head down and
Just keep grinding.
keep
Yeah.
breaking stuff, and then eventually it'll be all ready to put back together. So,
Yeah. Are you a more of a do it yourself with all that?
Absolutely.
Or are you,
Yeah.
Yeah. So are you becoming like a amateur carpenter and all this stuff, you know?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
yes, I can break stuff with
Yeah.
a hammer. I can rip things out and throw it
I
away.
like it. Yeah.
There's also something cathartic about like blasting Slayer and ripping a church apart.
In a church? Yeah.
you know, so that's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
It's, what kind of a church was it?
It was Baptist.
Baptist?
The
Okay.
best. Yeah, the best.
Interesting. The best. Yeah.
Mm.
I grew up Catholic. It's
I never had a religion, so I never grew up in any kind of religious situation.
yeah. It's I don't know. It's weird. Like it's one of those like if you can kind of pick up on if somebody grew up like Catholic or something. You know,
Oh,
like
yeah.
if you grew up a certain way, it's like you got the same
Guilt.
brain problems I do. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, talking about repairing like jukeboxes, like I'm a big pinball guy, and so it's
all
like a
right.
similar. It's like
Yep, that's the same.
million little pieces,
Oh yeah, man.
and
Oh yeah. I love pinball.
Ooh,
I don't own any machines.
Ah.
I have arcade machines,
yeah.
but no pinball.
It's,
I would love to own one. They are just so expensive.
Yeah, dude. You're buying a used car if you're trying to get like a decent one.
Oh man, yeah, the prices are just bonkers.
Yeah.
But all that stuff comes out of Chicago, so
Yeah, Stern is up in Chicago.
Williams, Valley,
Williams.
all of it.
Yeah.
I mean, all that's connected to the jukebox stuff too. Rockola, Wurlitzer, all those places. That's all.
Yeah.
They were all made in Chicago and Michigan, and they were all ran by the mafia.
Yeah, it's funny. The pinball was like outlawed.
Yeah.
It was like illegal for a long time because people thought it was gambling.
Sure.
Yeah. And then there's I forgot the gentleman's name that like had to play pinball in front of like the Supreme Court to be like, no, it's a skill thing.
It's a game of skill. Right.
Yeah. God bless that man.
I know. Think about what kind of world we would have without
I don't even want to think about it, Adam.
That kind of, I don't either.
Yeah.
But I do think pinball is gambling. Just kidding.
Oh my gosh, Adam.
Yeah, same with jukeboxes. I have a jukebox too that was across the top of it. It has these little. It has a display of lights that goes across the top that would have small images of record covers that were in the jukebox, and every few plays that you played, you would get, like, the light would come by, and if you landed on the right one, you got like a free play.
Ooh.
But those are normally covered up by a strip of paper because it was illegal, because they consider that gambling.
Wow.
So
interesting.
That was like a 50s thing, I believe.
Yeah. Gosh, everybody's get over it, government. Clutching your pearls. And
yeah, well, I mean, again, it was like mafia stuff.
It was mafia, so that's true.
So it's like, it's coin, the money business. I mean, they made records. Chicago Mafia made their own record labels to promote their own artists, to put in their own jukeboxes to get their own money.
Wow. Was there anybody of note, or were they all just like terrible? Just like,
it was not. Yeah, nothing great. No hits. But that whole system,
the poopies,
that whole racket from the beginning to the end of like, and then of course, the money that came in was, I'm sure the numbers didn't add up.
Right. Yeah. It's like, how much money are you? Is it this penny, slots or whatever? You're like,
well, back then it probably brought in a decent amount of money.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, what was I gonna say? Yeah, I guess you can get like a free game on pinball, so that's kind of still.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, and now like gambling is everywhere.
Yeah.
So, like the bakery down the street from my house has
got some slot machines in it.
Yeah, they're everywhere. You can't escape it.
Yeah. I live in Birmingham, Alabama. So okay. In Alabama, it's only like you have to be it's mostly like Native American casinos. They're the only.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, in Illinois, we have them everywhere now.
Yeah.
Which I hate. I hate those machines. I hate gambling machines.
Yeah. Just for.
I don't enjoy gambling like that, and I think it's just a waste of. I think it's like a cancer on my town, to be honest with you.
Sure. Yeah.
It just takes all the money from people that can't afford it and gives it to fucking somebody else that doesn't deserve it.
Very rich, already rich people. Yeah. Yeah. I do enjoy the like quarter pushing machine.
Oh, that's great.
That's a great machine.
That's a game of skill.
That's a game of skill. Right.
Yeah. Those are wonderful.
Yeah. I enjoy those.
Yeah. Like just where you put in $20 and then you tap the screen and then your money's gone.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, we went to whenever we were doing that Chicago at Beat Kitchen, the 20-year Red Scare shows. Okay. We went over to Eau Claire for a show, and we stopped at this. I'd never been to Wisconsin before, and it was great.
Stopped at the Cheese Castle.
We stopped. My brother. What do you think? What do you think? Yep. But yeah, but we stopped at like this like locals only bar the day after the show in Eau Claire, and it was like 10 in the morning, and it was like packed, and it was one of those like just a locals bar, but they had the video
gambling,
fucking arms, but one person was very upset that somebody got close to their machine that they had been playing like all day, and it's just that sort of like like weird
like they own it.
Gambling is like one of the worst like addictions too, because it's all money based, and you're just losing all your money. It's tough.
Yeah, I'm glad I don't have that one.
Yeah. Got some of the other ones myself, but the gambling I'm okay with. Man, but copyrights got some shows coming up.
We
this
do. We're
weekend.
playing this weekend.
Yeah.
We're playing here in Carbondale, our hometown, Hangar 9.
Yeah.
And then Saturday, we're going up to Champaign, Illinois, which is, we haven't been there in a long time. So I'm
Sure.
excited to go back up there. Playing at a place called The Space.
Okay.
They have shows there all the time. And then we're going to Indianapolis on Sunday to the legendary Melody Inn.
Melody Inn. Nice.
We're playing with the Dickies and the Queers.
Oh, wow. That is a legendary show at a legendary place.
I know. Yeah. It's going to be pretty awesome. That'll be great. Yeah. Looking forward to that.
Yeah. That's
the Melody Inn is super small. So
yeah.
That's pretty cool.
That's going to be a packed show for sure.
I would think so. Yeah.
So copyrights, are y'all setting up Tory stuff? Are you guys doing weekender stuff or?
Outside of that, we don't have anything confirmed.
Sure.
So I can't give you any information
or
anything else. But I mean, whenever things pop up, if we can do it, we will. Our guitar player Kevin is also in Off With Their Heads.
Okay.
So they've got some touring and stuff coming up.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just trying to work around everybody's schedule.
Yeah. Fuck. Schedules, man.
Schedules.
Fucking adult bullshit.
I know. People have jobs and churches to destroy and bands to play guitar in. And
can I ask you maybe this might be privileged information, but do you know the name of the church venue?
Mine?
Yeah.
Not
you don't have to give away information.
Not yet. No.
Okay. Yeah. Don't. Please.
That's the least of my worries right now.
Yeah. It's going to be sick though. I'm just I love that.
It's I've been booking shows here my whole life, so I've been heavily involved in the music scene and things. So it's just kind of like a natural progression for me to like acquire my own space.
Yeah.
And I did.
Have you owned like venue or bar venue type before?
Nope, not at all.
Yeah.
Nope. This is a new thing
new venture.
I'm stepping into. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
New venture.
That's cool, man. But yeah, like you said, you've been doing it. You know, you got a good connection, a good network of people.
I do.
So,
I do have a great network of people.
Yeah.
And I think that's
a big thing.
Very helpful. I'm already starting off on like, it's not a complete foreign business model to me. I'm not like stepping in like, how do I book a concert? You know, it's like I already know who to contact and what to do.
If you were like, hey, Michael, I'm renovating this space and I think I'm going to open up a hospital, I'd be like, okay,
right,
get after it, Adam. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to run a hospital, but
right,
yeah,
I wouldn't be able to do that.
No, me either. I can barely run my house. You know,
understandable.
Yeah, but yeah, man. I did have a question.
Okay.
From Adam C. He asked if you still need coffee and donuts, and he said you would tell me a story about that.
I will tell you a story about coffee and donuts.
That's what he said. Let me check the text.
Well, I think what he's referring to
in Las Vegas.
Yeah, we stayed at the same Airbnb in Las Vegas.
Sure.
I would get up every morning by myself and walk like a mile down the road to McDonald's to have coffee and breakfast and watch the absolute freak show of people that inhabit that town.
Sure.
Which is wild. But Adam ordered some coffee. I guess he ordered donuts. I don't remember if he did. And then like he ordered it to be delivered, and then if I remember right, the delivery driver didn't bring it. He ended up ordering it twice. And it was like the most huge, ginormous amounts of coffee you could get. It was like, so I don't think I need any more coffee. But he ordered a gross amount of coffee.
Yeah.
By accident.
I love it. He's
it was like $100 later for coffee delivery.
Jesus.
You know what I mean?
Gosh, Fred. Yeah. Love Adam. Spent a lot of time in a van with that guy. And he's a great dude. Yeah. But it's fun. And he's also a vegetarian. And so as you know, touring around, it's especially in America, it's tough to be like, All right, man. I guess you're eating potato.
I
You're
guess you're
eating
having
French
French fries for
fries.
dinner again.
French fries for everything.
Yeah, but
It's
you know he's from Ireland, right? So
yeah. That's
they have
no.
they
It's
have
part of the
potatoes,
diet. It's
potatoes for everything.
yeah. It's the if we're talking about the old food pyramid, it's the bottom is just
Yes,
potato.
starch.
Yeah.
Yes, the
But
base, the base.
the base, yeah.
Uh,
But it's always fun to see him navigate through America. I love it.
yeah, it's probably got to be a trip. I'm
Yeah.
sure. Actually, I know Las Vegas was probably a bit of a trip for him.
Oh, I'm sure that's another fucking planet, out there.
Because that's like, yeah, that's a anomaly just in America on its own. So
No. Are you a alien guy? Are you into any of that
I'm
sort
not.
extra? Mm.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not against it.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's fun. I enjoy it. It's fun. All that shit is fun, but I don't spend any time like chasing alien footage or stories or any of that.
Yeah.
So
It's weird. I'm kind of like you where I want to believe,
oh yeah. Okay.
X-Files. I want to
Yeah.
believe, but I haven't seen nothing's come across my desk
Fair
that's been
enough.
like, okay, uh,
Right.
it's real. It's going down. Um,
Yeah. Yeah, I'm no expert on any of that. I mean, no doubt there's some weird stuff that exists that's
yeah.
unidentified, but I would probably think it's just made by humans. But that's just me.
The Air Force, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some
Yeah.
weird thing. What new ghosts is that? Are you a ghost person? Or is
No.
that just you just like, oh, this sounds fucking cool?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I'm not like a ghost hunter or anything like that.
Damn it.
Sorry.
Man.
I'm way too like cynical and ain't got time for that shit. So,
Sure.
unless a ghost is going to like grab a hold of me and be like, I'm here. Same with an alien. It's like, okay, you're real. But other than that, like, yeah.
Unless a ghost or alien is cash apping you,
Yeah. Right.
$100, then you'll believe.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Wow. I really thought the ghost was gonna. I thought
Sorry.
the ghost convo was gonna.
My son was a Ghostbuster for Halloween. So
Oh shit. How many?
he loves that.
You got one
I
kid?
have an 8-year-old daughter and a 4-year-old son.
Damn.
So, but yeah. So Ghostbusters is cool.
Yeah. Halloween was Halloween good for the children?
Halloween's great, man.
Yeah.
Halloween's always good.
Yeah. It's good, man.
Yeah.
It's cool that you know uh, I'm able to see my friends in punk rock. Not saying I'm not putting that friend label on you just
Okay.
yet.
Right on.
We still have time.
Yeah.
But it's cool to see uh, parents in punk rock taking care of their kids, but also, you know,
Yeah. Well, I don't have a choice. They're mine.
right? Exactly. Yeah, you could either be a dirtbag or do the right thing.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's cool, man. Yeah, I don't know. I think we can wrap this rascal.
We're
If
wrapping it. All
we
right.
can't, I mean, like,
That's cool, man.
what
I got a church to go destroy.
church to destroy, raining blood coming out of the fucking.
Yeah, it's wonderful. And
Yeah.
I thought about like making some videos and posting that on the internet, but I never told anybody. It's just my personal thing. So
Hell yeah, I
I
love
haven't
it.
even told anybody that I bought the church. I'm opening a venue. You're the first one. I
Oh
mean, I told
shit,
my friends and family.
this is exclusive.
Yeah,
Fucking
I haven't like
podcast.
put it on the internet.
Okay. Well, damn. So shows this weekend. I'll do a little intro thing and I'll
Yeah,
plug all the shows
yeah.
before.
Hangar 9, Carbondale, Champaign, Illinois, the Space, and then Indianapolis at the Melody Inn.
So Urbana Champaign is that
Yeah,
a Twin Cities type of deal where it's like
yeah. That's where the Illinois State University is.
mm,
Biggest school in Illinois, college town. So, yeah, Champaign and Urbana are two connected cities,
sister cities?
sister
Okay,
cities. Yeah.
okay, cool. But yeah, Adam, anything else you want to plug?
Not really. Besides the shows coming up, we have a new record out. You should buy it or listen to it. We also have like a whole new merch store. Records available there too. Anxious and Angry.
Oh, okay. On
which is
anxiousandangry.com.
yes,
Okay.
which is
Oh yeah.
Kevin Rotter, our guitar player. He's the guy who runs that.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have stuff available, new stuff, all kinds of new stuff,
Hell yeah. I'll plug all that.
and
Yeah.
hopefully we make it out to play more shows.
Birmingham, Alabama. Yeah, I heard that,
Man, I haven't
Adam.
been to Birmingham, Alabama in so long. We used to play
Come on
Cave
down.
Nine.
Cave 9. Yeah.
Played there several times.
Oh yeah.
Played a tattoo shop there once. It was like in the back of this real sketchy tattoo shop. It was not
Oh.
good. Not a good show.
DIY
Oh, absolutely.
spots were God's butt. That
It
was a
was.
big
Yeah,
one down
I don't
here.
know the name of it, but yeah, Cave Nine was the place that we played probably the.
Yeah, Cave 9 was the big, like,
Is
it's
that
not,
still
it's
around?
closed. No,
Okay.
it's not. Now there's this place called Saturn, which is very cool.
Okay.
Do you know Man or Astro Man?
I do.
The drummer Ryan, he runs this place down here called Saturn.
Okay.
Um, yeah, then there's some bigger spots, like some bigger breweries that have like outside stages,
Yeah.
like fucking Cake just came down.
It's a real city.
It's a real city.
You got stuff
Yeah,
going on.
yeah, man. But yeah, Adam, stay on for a second.
I can do that.
Afterwards, but you had options, but you decided to talk to me. I appreciate it.
I did have some options, but I'm glad I talked to you.
Thanks, Adam. Stay
No
on.
problem.
1 second.